Do you realize how close we are to having the very social fabric of American society completely collapse? You're not crazy if you think that we're on the verge of a zombie apocalypse, because we're there. The beloved Muppets have been deemed racist, and it's a miracle they haven't been canceled. But for now, kids can still watch them on Disney Plus, Disney's streaming service. But the entertainment giant decided to put a warning label on the show to give the parents a heads up that apparently the Muppets might indoctrinate their kids and recruit them for the Proud Boys.
Hey, you're as funny as Fuzzy Bear!
Waka waka!
They put an offensive warning on the show that reads, "This program contains negative depictions and or mistreatment of people or cultures. These stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now." When asked about the insanity, Disney responded saying, "Rather than remove this content, we want to acknowledge its harmful impact." It's harmful to Muppets. Learn from it and spark conversations to create a more inclusive future together. Almost as insane is Harry Shearer since 1989 has been the voice of numerous characters on The Simpsons, including Mr. Burns, Smithers, Principal Skinner, Ned Flanders, Reverend Lovejoy, Kent Brockman, and up until just now, Dr. Hibbert, who is black. And apparently that's now offensive to have a white actor doing the voice of a black cartoon character. You may recall that a few years ago there was another actor on the show named Hank Azaria. He said he's not going to do the voiceover of Apu anymore, the convenience store owner, because he thought of that too. Now too offensive. And the screenshots going viral through social media showing a diversity training program that employees at Coca-Cola and many other companies, I'm sure, have to be subjected to, urging them to be, quote, less white, are real. Of course, I don't have to tell you what would happen if the shoe was on the other foot and they happen to tell their employees to stop acting so black. But that would be fun. Wasn't there a college professor a few years ago who said that expecting people to show up to work on time was part of white privilege? I think that there was. And I know that there was one who said that arithmetic was also, because what isn't? Hollywood producers must have taken this same training course that the poor employees of Coca-Cola are subjected to, because over the last few years, you've probably seen my video on this, or noticed this, of course, they've been swapping out historically white characters for black ones. Even the Queen of England. And that's not a joke.
Would you talk about this?
The first pictures have emerged of the British actress Jodie Turner-Smith as the English Queen Anne Boleyn in a new TV mini-series. She will be the first black woman to portray the monarch. Well, the creators say that they wanted to, quote, challenge conventions about the Queen's life, but the casting decision has been met with a mixed reaction online.
Queen of England, I mean, come on, this is not a black woman. It'd be the exact same thing if you had Chris Pratt, the guy who plays Captain America, portraying Shaka Zulu. It wouldn't make any sense at all.
I mentioned this before, but in case you missed it, there's a series on the CW called Batwoman, and she's a lesbian, of course, because of culture Marxism. But in season 2, they decided that that wasn't diverse enough, so they made her black as well.
Ooh, look.
New Batwoman.
In other news, Democrat members of Congress just sent the letter off to all the major cable and satellite TV providers and Amazon because their Fire Stick allows people to stream different shows, basically demanding that they ban Fox News, OAN, and Newsmax. It began, quote, "Our country's public discourse is plagued by misinformation, disinformation, conspiracy theories, and lies." I agree, but I'm not calling for CNN to be banned. It continues, "These phenomena undergird. I've never heard that word, and I am college educated. This phenomena undergird the radicalization of seditious individuals who committed acts of insurrection on January 6th. This particular letter was geared towards Amazon, but the same exact letter was sent to everybody else with the names changed. It says, "We're concerned about the role Amazon plays in disseminating misinformation to millions of its Amazon Fire TV subscribers, and we write to you today to request additional information about what actions Amazon is taking to address these issues." Nearly half of Americans get their news primarily from TV. However, not all TV news sources are the same. Oh, shucks. Some purported news outlets have long been misinformation mills and conspiracy theory hotbeds. Of course, they're not talking about CNN, they're talking about Fox News. Experts have noted that the right-wing media ecosystem is much more susceptible to disinformation, lies, and half-truths. Right-wing media outlets like Newsmax, One American News, and Fox News all aired misinformation about the 2020 elections. Yet, to our knowledge, the cable, satellite, and over-the-top companies that disseminate these media outlets to American viewers have done nothing in response to the misinformation aired by these outlets. It is for these reasons that we ask you provide us with responses to the following questions by March 8th, 2021. What moral or ethical principles, including related to journalistic integrity, do you apply in deciding which channels to carry or when to take adverse actions against a channel? Do you require, through contracts or otherwise, that these channels you carry abide by any content guidelines? If so, please provide a copy of these guidelines. It just goes on and on. There are 7 questions here, and the final question asks if they're continuing to carry Fox News, Newsmax, and OAN. And if so, why? And just wait until this Insurrection Commission or the January 6th Commission or whatever they're going to call it gets rolling. It's going to drag on for months because impeachment was, what, a few days, maybe a week? I didn't even pay much attention. But this commission is going to, the 9/11 style commission, it's going to go on so that they can continue to just complain and use it as justification to crack down on more of us on social media. Andrew Torbo, the founder and CEO of Gab, just revealed that 3 different banks in 3 different weeks all closed his accounts because there's an organized campaign that's determined to shut them down. And several years ago now, Chase Bank closed the accounts of Laura Loomer, Joe Biggs, and Proud Boys founder Enrique Tarrio. Joe Biggs, also a member of the Proud Boys. And the prosecutor of the Southern District of New York is combing through President Trump's tax returns, like a decade of them, hoping to find a T that wasn't crossed or an I that wasn't dotted so that he can indict him for tax evasion to prevent him from being able to run again in 2024. I told you it's going to get pretty serious, and we'll still have as much fun as we can on this channel, but sometimes I'm going to have to switch up my tactics a little bit, which includes doing some interviews with some people and some other serious content because it's not all fun and games anymore. And if you really want to know what I really think, completely uncensored, then go to Amazon and order some of my books in paperback while you can. And if you're like me and you just can't help but mention facts and opinions some may find offensive, then you need my warning contains facts and opinions some may find offensive shirt. Order it from my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. And of course, it's available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over there and check it out.